Predict the score, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I want you to throw your score predictions down there below. Let me know. Predict the score. I'm going to give you my score preview analysis on this game. And at the very, very end of the video, horrible intro to this, by the way. Very end of the video, I'm going to let you know who's going to win and what the score is going to be. Let's look at the game here. So the Raiders, they're 2-2. The Chiefs are 4-0. This game is on Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. I'm pumped up, man. This is going to be a great, great test for this team. And I want every single person to set a reminder. And if you aren't already subscribed to the Raiders Report, well, guess what? We've been having a lot of fun doing watch parties where I basically do a play-by-play scoreboard, bringing the action right to your home, where you get the party started about 10 minutes before kickoff. So subscribe, turn your notifications on, and if you're over 21, crack open a beer, and heck, we've been drinking a lot of Fireball, Tom and I. So come join us here for our Raiders vs. Chiefs watch party here on the Raiders Report. All right, let's talk about the offense first, because anytime you're going up against the Chiefs, you got to talk about the offense, right? They've been, well, kind of right there with the Raiders in terms of points per game. Yards per game, though, has definitely been an advantage Chiefs. They've really, though, I think, been able to increase their running game because of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Turnovers. This is where the Chiefs have a big-time advantage, not turning the football over whatsoever. Patrick Mahomes has been great. The thing, though, that I really want to talk about is the defense, because when you look at the Chiefs, you're like, okay, this is an offensive football team. Well, they're also playing phenomenal on the defensive side as well. Second in the NFL points per game, and then you see Paul Guenther there. You know what I mean? It's not great. It's not great giving up 30 points per game, and then you're going to have to go to Arrowhead, and then you're going to have to take on Patrick Mahomes. Plus, if the Raiders want to win this game, it's takeaways. You have to be able to figure out a way to take the ball away from Helaire, heck, force some fumbles, maybe get a few interceptions on Mahomes. Because with the amount of injuries that the Raiders have, you need to make a few turnovers. You need to convert some of those turnovers into some big plays. Now, right now, the Week 5 odds in this one, the over-under, 56.5 points. Chiefs, this is crazy, 13-point favorites. Mind-blowing. The bet that I'm going to be making, though, in this game, I'm betting the under, because every single time somebody sees, ooh, the Chiefs, they're going to bet the over, right? If you want to make some money at BetUS, bet the under. So Week 1 against the Texans, under 56.5, 54. The Chargers game, that one was in overtime. That's 43. 54, and then again, 36. I'm telling y'all right now, go to chatsports.com/Raiders and use promo code Raiders125. You deposit $100, you get $125 for free. If you want to put $10, $20, $30 down on the Raiders and Chiefs game being under 56.5 points, I'm telling y'all it's going to happen. Also, simply because the Raiders offense is definitely banged up. Now let's say you get started with BetUS. I'm also going to hook you up with a free NFL jersey. I'm going to give you a Raiders one. You get a Carr, Josh Jacobs, any Raiders player that you want. If you want, for some reason, another player that's not on the Raiders, we might be able to figure out something. If you want a free jersey and you get started with BetUS, email Raiders@chatsports.com for details. Or if you're like, Mitch, I get it. What if I already signed up with BetUS? Email me, Raiders@chatsports.com. Sound good? Cool. So who do y'all got? Type C for Chiefs, type R for the Raiders. I want you to be honest, okay? This is obviously a very tough game in Arrowhead. Derek Carr, for his career, 0-6 all-time. The Raiders, since Derek Carr has taken over, 2-10 against the Chiefs. So I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Who do you got? Type C for the Chiefs or type R for the Raiders. If the Raiders want to win, Derek Carr has to play not just good, not just great. He needs to be elite. He needs to be a quarterback that you're like, okay, we can win a Super Bowl with this guy. And sure, he's got 8 touchdowns, on pace for 32 and no interceptions. But it has been a much different story when he's gone to Arrowhead. So this is Derek Carr's career stats in Arrowhead. This is 6 games, 1,081 yards. He's averaging 180 passing yards per game. And games that they're losing, 0 wins, 3 touchdowns, and it's 7 interceptions. Not fumbles, 7 INTs. Bottom line is this, it has not been very good for Carr. So what we're about to show you here is every single game since 2014. I mean, guys, the 2 touchdowns, okay, in 2014 and 2015. He has 1 touchdown at Arrowhead his last 4 games. He's thrown for over 200 yards only twice. I mean, the bottom line is this. I get it. The Chiefs, they are a very good team. They won a Super Bowl for a reason. But the reason why we always have this is Derek Carr, the quarterback conversation, is because he doesn't win this games. Derek, if you're sick of losing, if you're sick of all the criticism, these are the types of games you want to win. So, ring the bell. Now, we do a lot of predictions here. We do a lot of projections as well. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to let you guys do it, okay? So, what I want you to do, let me know how many yards, touchdowns. If you want to throw in some turnovers as well, project Derek Carr's stats versus the Chiefs. Now, if the Raiders want to win this game, you have to go out and you got to pound the rock with Josh Jacobs. And sure, he's averaging only 3.6 yards per carry. 3 of those touchdowns came in week 1 against Carolina. But I'm actually going to point the finger and say, well, it's probably been more on the offensive line than it has actually been Josh. But if there's one area where Kansas City has struggled, it is in the running game. They're in the bottom 4 in the NFL rushing yards per game, giving up 161 yards per game. That's not good. Also, what hasn't been very good is the run blocking and the blocking in general. Denzel Good, you need to play better. Gabe Jackson has probably been, minus John Simpson, the worst offensive lineman that the Raiders have. Colt Miller's been great. Rodney Hudson, you're seeing a little bit of a decrease. And Sam Young, he played okay last week. But if the Raiders want to beat the Chiefs, you got to win the battle of the trenches. We'll see if Chris Jones ends up playing or not in this football game. The other aspect that you need to get better at is, well, if let's just say they try to take away Darren Waller, who's going to step up? Right here are the Raiders' leading receivers, and you're not going to have Henry Ruggs. You're not going to have Brian Edwards in this game. So, hey, Nelson Aguilar, I'm looking at you. Zay Jones, I'm looking at you. Hunter Renfrow, I need y'all to step up. Now, Aguilar probably should have had a 49-yard touchdown last week, and if you'd ask me which receiver played the best, I am going to go out and say Aguilar. And if you want to go out and you want to shock the Chiefs at Arrowhead, you're going to need some big plays. So for the love of God, throw the football down the field. John, throw the football down the field, Derek. We want to see some balls going down the field. Are you with me? I think so. So predict who's going to lead the Raiders in receiving yards in Week 5. Oh, man. I mean, obviously, I'm going to put my money on Darren Waller. But if you want somebody that's not a tight end, I'm going to go out and I'm going to say it's going to be Hunter Renfrow. But if you guys disagree, let me know. Now, the running back that this Chiefs team has, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's pretty good. If you watch ESPN, though, they're calling him Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and it drives me insane. So this season, 304 rush yards, a touchdown, but he's also a pretty good pass catcher as well, and he's been a pretty good pass catcher since he came out of LSU. Now, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, okay, with Mo Hurst potentially being out, probably being out with COVID, that means Klee, Jonathan Hankins, Max, you guys need to be able to step up. Also, Arden Key, Malik Collins, can you please step up? Carl Nassib, he's been able to get some pressures. They haven't been converting to sacks. But if you really want to slow down this Chiefs team, you need to also stop the tight ends. And one of the biggest reasons why they went out and signed Corey Littleton and Nick Kwiatkowski was they wanted to be able to find players that can stop tight ends. Well, guess what? You're going up against the best tight end in the National Football League this week, so you're going to be able to really earn your paycheck. This is the time to do it. But it's not just Travis Kelce, right? You also got Tyreek Hill. You also got to worry about Sammy Watkins. You also got to worry about the speed of McCole Hardman, and the one name that's not on here who absolutely torched the Raiders last year, Demarcus Robinson. They have a very, very elite offense. We know that. But this is where you really need to be able to see, hey, if you can't go up against teams like this, well, it's going to be a step aside. It's going to be a long, long year. So the Raiders right now, they got Nevin Lawson, LaMarcus Joyner, Eric Harris. And Eric Harris right now is going to be a real test for him. Jonathan Abram, Trayvon Mullen has been phenomenal. When you look through the first 4 weeks, he's allowed the 4th fewest yards. And really, most of them came in the very first half in Week 1 against the Carolina Panthers. Since then, Trayvon Mullen has been very, very good and has been actually one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League. He's going to have to really step up and play well like he did last year against Tyreek Hill. Now, hopefully y'all have gone to BetUS. Hopefully you're taking my advice here. Betting the under on this game because right now the over-under, 56.5 points. I promise y'all it's going to be under 56.5 points. Go to chatsports.com/Raiders. Sign up, get started with my promo code Raiders125. It's going to get you 125% deposit bonus. I promise you, you're not going to find a better deal out there. Plus, not only are you getting the 125% deposit bonus, I'm also going to hook you up with a free Raiders jersey. If you want the details on how to get that free Raiders jersey, email Raiders@chatsports.com. I'm going to say it again. Raiders@chatsports.com. If you want a free Raiders jersey, and if you like betting on games, we're hooking you up with the best deals out there. So it's time to predict the score. I'm going to give you my score prediction, and I know some of y'all might get mad at me for what I might say here, but you know what? I made the Raiders report to be honest, and that's what this show is all about. When you look at the Chiefs' offense, when you look at their defense, when you look at all the injuries that this Raiders team has had, it's really hard for me to sit here and pick the Raiders, especially in Arrowhead. Now, I hope Derek Carr proves me wrong. I hope Jon Gruden proves me wrong. I hope every single fan comes and say, hey, Mitch, F you got it wrong. But I just got to be honest with you. It's hard for me to picture the Raiders winning this game. So I'm going to go Chiefs 31-17, but I'm also going to say this. Maybe this lights a fire underneath Gruden's butt. Maybe this lights a fire underneath this team's butt. And then when Henry Ruggs is back, when Bryan Edwards is back, when you get all your players fully healthy, you come back and you challenge the Chiefs in Vegas and give them a real run for their money. Y'all can get mad at me, but I do this show to be honest with you. Hopefully y'all can realize that. I do think, though, the Chiefs win this one 31-17.